Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Robin. Infinite Frontier. Thank you for watching this video or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope it's all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. Let's kick things off by taking a look at the packaging. And nothing new, standard McFarlane packaging. 22 moving parts, squishy face McFarlane toys with the spawn, a hook, window to let some light in with a border around it, some tape, round tape. On the front, nice big window showcasing the figure and accessories. DC Multiverse Robin on the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, DC print, WB print, the funky number, and a barcode, and some symbols I'm not going to learn. On this side, DC Multiverse Robin, Infinite Frontier, McFarlane Toys, Squishy Spawn. And on this side, DC Multiverse Robin, McFarlane Toys, and Squishy Spawn Face. On the back, nice product shot. Robin, Infinite Frontier. Each figure comes with a collectible trading card, McFarlane Toys, and the Squishy Spawn head. And that's a nice shot of the prototype figure. Collect them all. And let's see. Joker the Clown. Reverse Flash. The Joker the Criminal. The Batman Who Laughs. And Batman Curse of the White Knight Batman. And on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, hashtag McFarlane Toys, McFarlane Toys, Squishy Spawn Face, blah 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 blah, made in China. Collector card in English only. And that, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And let's start off with accessories. Here we have the standard McFarlane Toys stand with the DC logo on it. Here we have the collector card with a nice product shot of the prototype figure, Robin, Infinite Frontier. And then there's this stuff on the back. And if you want to read it, I'm not going to read it to you. Here it is. You can pause and read at your convenience. DC Multiverse Robin, Infinite Frontier. And that leaves us with his last accessory. His sword. Very nice looking sword. And there he goes falling down back there. So, very nice looking sword. Nice silver paint. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. This, of course, is a look I am not familiar with. I'm even not all that familiar with Damien. But I do like a good Robin. And he seems like a good Robin. Except he has a sword and he likes to cut things up. So, would have been nice if he came with another alternate hand, another grip hand, so he could do a two-handed sword hold, or even, you know, an extra set of hands, extra grip hand here and an extra fist here, so, you know, he could do both, double fisted beat 'em up or double grip on the sword. But I have to say, I kind of like these colors on him and the kind of, you know, chain mail-ish look to it, and he's got knee pads. And what is that, Wayne tennis shoes? I don't know. Very neat. Nice paint apps for the belt. I guess the belt is shaped like this D for Damien. I don't know. Maybe. But he's nice and armored up. Again, like I said, Infinite Frontier. I'm not familiar with that storyline or this look for Robin. I just thought it was a neat looking Robin, and I don't have a Damien Robin. So, let's take a look at his articulation. He can look up that far, which isn't very far at all. And he can definitely look down, because Damien's, you know, always looking down on people. He can do the full Exorcist. He's got some waggle in there. And let's see, can he chicken neck? And not really. Alright, now this whole overlay piece here, and the cape looks like it's separate from this and then glued onto this piece. And then there's a big plug in its back for it. So this may hamper the articulation some. Let's see. Yeah, he can't get his arm all the way around. I'm sure if you fight with it some, you probably can. And then, you know, if you let this lift up some, he will give you about a 90-degree out at the shoulder. There is a cut at the upper bicep for another 360-degree, or for a 360-degree rotation, which I'm sure the arm at the shoulder does that 360, but this just gets in the way. Double hinged pinned elbow, and it gives you that much bend, so pretty darn good. Excuse me. Ball joint at the wrist does give you a 360-degree rotation, and it's on a kind of an in and out angle, but again, you can adjust those balls. That sounds weird. Anyway, you can adjust this joint so that it's up and down or in and out or at an angle even. So that's nice. And then this one is pointed on up and down, so that's good too. Now, I'm not sure how many joints he has under this overlay, but his leg pops off. So, let's see. He will bend back that far, crunch forward. Well, he does, but then this brings him back into standing up straight. There is at least a cut at the waist for 360-degree rotation. Now at the hips, he will give you the full splits. He'll kick forward so hard his leg comes off again. But that gives us a look at what's up in there. It's just a ball joint right here. So anyway, he'll kick forward about that far, and backwards his leg comes off again. Backwards and leg comes off again. Dadgummit. Backwards about that far. Double hinge pinned knee. And it gives you that much bend, so that's very, very good, especially for a pinned. Spider-Man sometimes don't get that much bend, a lot of times. Ball joint at the ankle allows tilt down that far, tilt up that far, and there is a pin in there that gives you some rocker. But again, if the rocker doesn't do exactly what you want, you can adjust this ball joint at the ankle to pivot in different ways. And then of course he has a toe bend for about 90 of toe breaking action. And then of course, just pop the sword in his hand, and he's ready to beat 'em up. And of course the stand works like a stand should. Peg holes in the bottom of the feet, peg on the stand. And there we go. That's a look at Robin and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And let's start with the only other Robin that I have from The Dark Knight Returns is Carrie Kelly Robin. And here he is with Three Jokers Batman. Let's fix that a little bit. There we go. Three Jokers Batgirl. And of course, since I'm doing Three Jokers, let's do all three of the Jokers. Here we have the Clown, the Comedian, and the Criminal. The most unhappy Joker of all. And for our final McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure, here we have the Mega Clayface. Or Clayface Mega figure. Now, how does he compare up with other lines? Well, let's take a look. From Mattel's Masterverse Masters of the Universe line, here we have the new Eternia Viking He-Man. And 6-inch comparisons. Here we have making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from Marvel Legends. From Star Wars The Black Series, we have the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And from the G.I. Joe Classified series, here we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. Well, that, my friends, completes a look at comparisons. For final thoughts on the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Infinite Frontier Robin, I have to say this is an interesting look for the character. It was interesting enough for me to pick it up. So I don't pick up every DC Multiverse figure, just the interesting looking ones. And to me, this was an interesting looking one. Plus, I didn't have a Damian Robin. And I have to say, the range of motion on him is pretty cool. Again, McFarlane Toys in particular, I guess they're trying to go with more of that NECA combination between NECA and Marvel Legends, maybe, but they don't have that upper thigh cut. And, I can't help but think they do that because maybe it messes with the aesthetic that they're going for. But I really think that these DC Multiverse figures are missing out by not having those 2 points of articulation. They did include it on the Dark Knight Returns Batman, but that's only so he could ride the horse. But overall, I like this figure. I think he's a cool looking figure, a nice version of Robin. I think I would have liked for the R badge to kind of stand out a little more than that, but it's still a nice figure. An extra set of hands wouldn't have hurt, or maybe where you could change out the hoods for a down hood or an up hood. But You know, you really can't complain too much when a lot of times you can still find the McFarlane DC Multiverse figures at retail for $20. There are some that are going for $25, but for the most part, I've been finding them at retail for $20 still. Unless, of course, it's like the Dark Knight Returns set with the Build-A-Horse pieces in it. You know, and I can understand that going for a little more. That does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or, you know, just help the channel out further, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.